Hi and welcome. We are going to do a little bit of an experiment today. We're going to freeze dry two different products. Citrus, meaning lemons and limes, and also avocados in the same batch. So I have one tray full of lime wedges and one full of lemon wedges. And I cut each one in 8 little wedges. I've not done it this way before. I'm wanting the wedges. So this is purely an experiment. I want to be able to rehydrate and then squeeze those and ensure that they will then yield a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of lime juice with the squeezing. So here's hoping that will work. So I have the last of our avocados right here. There are 6, and I'm going to be making guacamole. And so I'm just going to smash these, and I do a very simple guacamole. I have these little ice cube trays that I can mash the back and push stuff out. And so I am going to put the guacamole in this tray. I'm putting the cover on these, and these will freeze in these little dollops, which is absolutely perfect. And they reconstitute beautifully into guacamole, and it tastes just exactly like fresh made, so that is really cool. So we have 2 trays of avocado, and we have 2 trays of citrus on our way, so I'll meet you out in the Kelvin lab. So here we are out at our Kelvin lab. I'm going to open the door and remove the cushion. And just the avocados. In goes the cushion, and the door goes closed. Now, we're going to push start, and we have our option of selecting pre-frozen or not frozen. Now, this is one step that we deviate from the owner's manual just a bit. These are pre-frozen, but what we have learned by a lot of reading and from others' experience is that about the only thing that we would select pre-frozen is with ice cream. Even though those are pre-frozen, we're going to select not frozen. Then it says load food into freeze dryer, close drain valve. Closing the drain valve means that the vacuum can form in the vacuum chamber. So I'm going to come back here and note that it is closed. It is perpendicular to the hose, so it is closed in a closed position. I just came out to check before we went to bed tonight. It's been going for 27 hours and 9 minutes. It says process complete. So we're going to open it up and check it. We need to open the drain valve. So there's no water in the bucket to be sucked back in. So I'm now going to let air back into the vacuum chamber. And we will check to see if these are done. These look wonderful. Very light.
Sounds like they're done.
Yeah, they seem very dry. Here's a thicker one, let's see.
Still sounds like it.
Yeah. These are great dry just as a snack. Let's check some of these guacamole. I'm going to break one. Oh, these are not done. These are soft and wet on the inside. So you can see here, these lemons are not done either. There's lots of sugar, natural sugar in the lemons, but these are squishy and sticky. And when things are sticky, we also know that they are not done. So if you come in close, you can see there's quite a bit of ice that is condensed here. Nevertheless, we are going to Give it some more time. More dry time. Close drain valve. Continue. So do we want 2 hours? No, it's not going to be done in 2 hours. So I'm going to raise that to 6 hours. So this will go almost all night long, and we will check it again in the morning and see if the food is done. So we'll be back out here in the morning. So here we have our 4 trays just out of the freeze dryer. Usually freeze-dried things will rehydrate very quickly. This lemon is done. So let me just give it a little squeeze here and see if we can get some lemon juice. Oh, yes, we got lemon juice. That is so exciting. Woohoo! I'm going to reconstitute this guacamole. I have taken all kinds of measurements, the before and after weight, and then tried to calculate exactly how much water it takes to rehydrate these foods. And you know, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So I just pretty much now do things from trial and error, and once I figure out how much water it takes, then I will write that down so that then I don't have to do the trial and error the next time I want to rehydrate something. I usually put our freeze-dried foods in 2-quart containers, and then I will either vacuum seal them or I will drop in an oxygen absorber. And the reason for that is I like to have individual ingredients out in our, what I call our food bank out there. So I'm going to bank these avocados, and then when I need them for an individual meal, or whether we're going camping, or if you were to go backpacking and you wanted to go out to your food storage area and package up some of these foods, you could easily do that and repackage them in Mylar bags. I generally do not start with Mylar bags. I do in some cases, and we'll get to some of that later in the book. All right, no hard lumps left. So this is just about the right consistency for guacamole. So that would be perfect on chips. Let me just taste it, see how it is. You could not even tell that that had been previously freeze-dried. It tastes perfectly fresh. All right, now I am using previously used lids. We can do that with vacuum sealing. So I'm going to go ahead and drop in an oxygen absorber. This is a 100 cc oxygen absorber. I'm just going to slip it right along the side edge there. Keep this tightly closed so the rest of them don't activate. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in place with its 2 clips. And with this little gasket there and the oxygen absorber, it is going to pull all of the oxygen out of this jar, and it will form a good seal here. So this one is now done with an oxygen absorber. With these 3 jars, I'm going to vacuum seal them using my vacuum sealer. And I have an attachment that goes over this lid and then connects to the vacuum sealer, and this will pull all of the air out. If you do not have a vacuum sealer, you can also, instead of that, use oxygen absorbers. In this size of a jar, I would use 2 of those 100s. These are 100 cc oxygen absorber, so I would just slip 2 in each one of these jars, and it would accomplish the very same thing. Sealed up tight, and then I will label and date this on the top, and then these will go out in our food storage area. We will bank these out there. So we had a wonderful resolution to this experiment. We have avocados and lemon wedges and lime wedges ready to go out on our food storage shelf. They will come in so handy for many, many recipes that we will use, and they are shelf stable for many, many years. So that is the advantage of freeze drying and why we are so excited about it. So that's it for this time.